Welcome to another episode of Activists of Today. I am your host, Sarah Sulewski. A little bit about me. I'm a college student and a senior at the Tennessee State University. I'm captain of Tennessee State University's speech and debate team, and I travel the world as a competitive speaker. I come all the way from Orange County, California, where I am also a speech and debate coach for the Santa Ana Unified School District. Tonight we welcome our special guest, Amber Jones. Here's a little bit about her. Amber Jones started the Give One Foundation during her sophomore year at Tennessee State University. Her passion for the community is what motivates her drive. As founder of the Give One Foundation, Amber helps develop proposals that adhere to the organization's mission statement. She serves as Give One's primary decision maker, financial overseer, and coordinates fundraising events through community building and outreach. Please welcome to the mic, Miss Amber Jones.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Yes, I'm so honored to finally get you on the show and to talk more about your foundation.
Yes, ma'am. I'm so happy to be
Amber,
here.
Yes, so tell us a little bit more about your journey, how that started, and really how you began the Give One Foundation.
Okay, of course. So basically it all started, of course, I went to Tennessee State University as well. During my sophomore year, I had this idea. I've always wanted to start like something that was with youth development, and I also wanted to start something that was a nonprofit organization. So I was just very passionate about both of those things, but I didn't really know how to do so. So I know when I went to high school, we did like different projects and community projects with the community, and we kind of put some stuff together to kind of help people for Christmas. And so I was like, okay, well, this made a real huge impact in the community when we were doing it in high school. Maybe I should try to do something like that. So what I did was I called up a bunch of my college friends and was like, hey, does anybody want to help out for a Christmas project? We're going to start there. And it's kind of crazy because it kind of seemed like it was just all meant to be because I didn't have the name. I didn't have any logos or anything. And literally, it was in November the 9th because I remember the date. I woke up. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I had everything in my mind. Like, you just have all this information. You just have to write it down. It was crazy. Like, I had everything, like the mission statement. I knew where I wanted to go, what events I wanted to do, like the whole shebang. And so I was like, wow. So I said, this is something I really need to keep pushing for. So I continued to reach out to some friends. And, again, we were all college students. And we started to do our first project, which we gave over 70-plus toys to the Safe Haven Homeless Shelter in Nashville, Tennessee. And we were able to provide the Christmas for them. That was our very first one, so it was kind of like a lot, and it wasn't very organized, but we were able to help and serve so many kids and families. And so we just kind of continued on and started hosting other events, such as like the pop-up shop, which was a fundraiser where we had a lot of black-owned nonprofits, businesses in the community, and they paid a certain fee. We used all that money for fundraising, and they got to connect with one another, and shop and everything like that. That was our first official fundraiser, and then we moved on to doing Process of a Princess, which is a female mentoring program for young girls under the age of 18. And it's an annual program that we have, and we host at the Northwest Family YMCA. And we just have, like, each year is a different theme, but we provide them with tools and knowledge that they need in order to succeed and just strive through their lives and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's kind of like just a synopsis of, like, what we kind of cover and what all we do.
Yes, I love it. Well, thank you so much, and I have to commend you for creating that space and for reaching back into your community and wanting to do good and continue doing good, not just do something one time, to build literally a foundation to where you can continue to pour into your community. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am, of course. So you kind of touched on it, and I just wanted you to go a little bit more for the listeners. What's the overall purpose and mission of the Give One Foundation?
All right. Our mission is to give back to the youth in the community of Nashville, Tennessee. We provide sponsorships, we provide programs, and we also provide events to help the families and the youth in the community under the age of 18. So we just want to make sure that we're mentoring, we're giving back, we're providing services if needed, and just kind of like overall just that support system for them.
Absolutely. I love it, yes. And so you're very passionate about your community, and giving back from just what you've talked about and then about the foundation in general. So tell us a little bit more about your passion and where all this stems from for you.
To be honest, I really believe it came from my grandmother. I didn't know at the time. She had passed away in 2009, and I didn't really know that I had those same, like, skills and, like, that same passion for just, like, helping in general until she passed. And my mom was like, okay, all this stuff that you're doing with the Give One Foundation, this is what your grandmother used to do around Christmas time. And this is how they had, like, because we have, like, a wrapping party when we do, like, Christmas gifts. And I'm like, it's very important that we have things to wrap and everything like that. And we have to, you know, it's an event. It's a family type thing. And I always make sure that I have those things. And my mom got really emotional one day, and she's like, you remind me so much of my mom. And it's just like, you know, kind of reincarnated and stuff. So, and now that I know it, it kind of pushes me forward. Like, you know, okay, I have a legacy to kind of hold and have that, like, same compassion that she had, because she was very compassionate about others and everything too. So that's really where it comes from.
That's so beautiful. You get to carry, you know, her spirit and continue to pour into people. That's so beautiful.
It's me.
I love it. I love it. Yes, and so as you stated before, you started building the foundation during your sophomore year at Tennessee State University. So that's, for me, just hearing that's pretty early. So I want to know, were you met with naysayers suggesting that you should wait or that you couldn't reach your goal? How did you deal with that?
I never really had too many naysayers. You had those that just wasn't willing to help. You know, those who kind of said, oh, yeah, I'll help you. And then, you know, when it comes time to actually getting it done, they're not there. So I had literally, like, I still have the sign-in sheet. It was, oh, my goodness. Okay, so we met up in the school because, I mean, we're all in college. I didn't reserve any rooms because I didn't know how to do so. So we were just going in random buildings at nighttime, keep getting kicked out of everything. And so we finally was like, okay, I don't know why we didn't think of this at first. Let's just go to the library and just have the meeting there. So we finally got there. But, like, in that transition of going to all those different spots, we kind of had some stragglers kind of leave the meetings. And so that was like a kind of depressing for me because I'm like, dang, you know. So we finally got the meeting going, and the people that were at the meeting, I think it was about 17 people. Only like 6 people were actually there to help, but they were so much of a help. It was like I didn't need 17 people. I needed those 6 people that were willing to help and, like, you know, actually passionate about it. So those are, like, the type of things that I consider not really naysayers, but those kind of, like, negative environments. And I remember having, for Christmas, it's just always, Christmas is my best, like, time of year. It's my favorite time. I just really enjoy it. And so this was the first Christmas as well. And like I said, we have, like, a wrapping party with the gifts and everything. And I remember inviting everybody, like, okay, y'all, out of the 17, I'm like, everybody, we have to be here at a certain time. My mom prepared food for everybody because we didn't want anybody being hungry. So it was kind of like a nice little event. And it was supposed to start at 7. It's like 9:30, and I just started crying because nobody was there. Like, nobody. And we had so many gifts to wrap. And I was like, boo-hoo crying. And my mom was like, Amber, you do not need to cry. She was like, what are you crying for? I was like, because nobody wants to help. Like, I was like, I don't understand. And she was like, listen. She was like, look, we're here. And it was my family. It was just my mom, my dad, and my sister. And she said, we're going to help you. If they come, they come. If they don't, we're going to get it done regardless. And so she cheered me up, and literally, like, maybe 20 minutes later, people started straggling in, and we had a whole full house of people just, like, rapping and helping. So it was, like, it was really, really crazy. That was probably, like, one of the lowest moments. I was so dramatic, but it was just, like, I just feel like nobody, you know, wanted to help. And I was like, why don't nobody want to help? Like, I don't understand. And it just kind of showed me and humbled me a little bit, like, to just be patient and what would be will be. And so it kind of taught me a lot of, you know, different ways and stuff too.
Yes, and I think you have to have those moments, right? Like, everything can't be perfect. Your first everything is definitely not going to be perfect. And you had those core people in your circle. That's one thing that was key. You had your mom, you know, even if it was just you guys. Sounds like my mother, the way you described your mom. Like, it's okay, you got us. We're just going to rap. We're just going to start. And if they come, they come. If they don't, they don't. But it ended up working out. But I think it's a pivotal moment for you to, like, you know, be low and be like, oh, my gosh, no one wants to help me. But then still rise to the top at the end. That's amazing.
Yes, ma'am. It was, oh, my goodness. I remember like it was yesterday.
Yes, so Amber, I want to know, what is some advice you would give to someone wanting to start their own nonprofit organization?
I would definitely say take your time, but also make moves towards your goal. Like, don't rush into anything. Make sure that you're, like, very thorough with coming up with, like, who you want to serve, who you want to help, and then just take your time and make sure that you can get what you have to get done at that time. Like, make a little checklist, however you want to organize it. Those things will help you be, like, successful, especially, like, even if you're trying to start a business. But in nonprofit, you have to make sure, like, your purpose and your mission is, like, the first two things that you want to start on. And just have those two. Start talking to some people in the community. If they're doing similar things, ask them, like, hey, how did you fail at this particular thing? Like, how can I do this? And get you some mentors, because I had to ask around a lot, too, as well.
Yeah, mentors are extremely important, especially when you're going into new territory, right? Something that you've never really done before. So that's good. I'm glad you mentioned that you had some mentors and some people to help you. I'm particularly curious, was the financial aspect a little rough, like understanding that for the nonprofit organization?
Yes, it was at first. I've always been a philanthropist. Since when I was in, like, middle school, I knew how to make money regardless. And so I wasn't really worried about raising the money as much as making sure that we keep everything, like, legal. I was so worried about, I was like, okay, if it's a nonprofit, you hear about so many nonprofits, like, just doing shady stuff. And, you know, and I didn't, especially with it being Black-owned, I didn't want, like, give one to be in the light of, like, okay, well, they do this and they do, you know what I'm saying? So that financial side, I was like, we have to keep it tight. And, like, the two volunteers, Renard and Ronald Talley, they are both twins, and they have the same major. They're TSU alums as well. And they were accounting majors. And so I was like, oh, y'all can do my money. So,
perfect. Yeah.
So they since day one, they've been there, and they have been handling the books. We double check, and we make sure everything is even. And so, like, raising the money, just coming up with creative ways to raise the money is, like, the fun part. Yeah. But, like, keeping that money in line and keeping it nice and in order, you know, making sure nothing shady's going on is, like, really, really important. That's the only thing I would say. Yes. Especially with a nonprofit.
Yes. And making sure everything is legal, and I'm glad you mentioned that, making sure everything was legal and nice and tight. And on top of that, you made sure that you had a good team. You had two accounting majors. Like, those are the people who kept you straight. So building a good team around you, definitely for listeners, you heard it, your purpose, your mission statement, and having a good team around you will help you start that nonprofit. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, Amber, I know, yes, of course. So I know you're constantly working with and for the youth. So tell us about some of the fundraising events that you put on and hosted in 2019.
Yes, ma'am. So we always do a car wash. It's fun. It's a good way to bond with, you know, the members of the team, but it's also a great way to raise some money in the summer heat. So we always do an annual car wash. That was probably our first one, officially for the year. And since we recently received our 501c3, like, last year, we were able to kind of reach out and do some pitches, which was a great way to fundraise. So we went to HCA. And which is, oh my goodness, what is it, healthcare? We went to HCA and we were actually at the car wash when we met the gentleman, and he came up to us and was like, hey, y'all are a nonprofit? We was like, yeah. He was like, okay, well, we'll be interested in, you know, kind of working with you guys if you want to come in and pitch to us one day. So I was so nervous. Oh, my goodness. And we went and we pitched, and we were like, this is what we do. You either like it or, you know, you don't like it, and it's okay. At least we tried. And so it went really, really good, and now they're a partner with us. We also have partnerships with T.A.L.K. So those are a lot of our fundraisers this year, especially with us having that 501c3, which gives you the ability to, you know, take money from others and give them that, like, tax-deductible tax write-off. So got it. Those were a lot of our fundraisers, was kind of making partnerships We also partnered with Lyft as well. Lyft Forward was able to sponsor an event that we had with Process of a Princess. And, yeah, it was just a lot of, like, just communicating and connecting with others and kind of reaching out to some people. We went to AGP, which is an Atlanta Greek picnic, and we were a vendor there, and we were able to make so many connections there. Like, the amount of businesses that were out there willing to, like, donate, willing to just partner and everything, it was amazing. So that's what we did this year, was kind of focus on, like, building a partnership and a bond between, like, companies and things like that.
Yes, it sounds like it was a big moving year for you. You guys got to get a lot of things done, and you were booked and busy, to say the least.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so can you give us any details about what we're going to be seeing with the Give One Foundation in 2020? What can we expect?
So right now, we are meeting up with some people to kind of get some stuff in line. This second semester is what I call it, because we was in college when we started it. But this whole second semester, we always focus on fundraising up until June, because that's usually when we have all of our events are mainly in that first semester, in that fall area, around like August all the way through December. So usually around this time, we just focus on fundraising. But we are trying to work with NASA, which is an after-school program. They do a lot of after-school programs, like with the YMCA and different schools. And we're working on doing a pitch for them, because they were interested in a couple of programs and us hosting some programs for them. So we're going to see how that goes. So I pray everything goes good with that, because we can get some, some bodies in there and kind of get this whole Process of a Princess and mentoring into more, schools, and getting into more like actual churches or whatever the case may be. That's what I'm really excited about for this year. But we're just focusing on just maintaining our numbers, maintaining the number of members, maintaining the number of money that we have coming in, and increasing it if possible, and finding money and actually finding ways to use that money to help as much as we can. So just kind of, we do it as like, we see a problem, okay, we're going to create something for this. So we're always seeking to help and find like ways to help others too as well.
Yes, ma'am. So you guys stay tuned with the Give One Foundation in 2020. You're not going to want to miss the move they're about to make, okay? Good things all this year.
Yes,
now, if someone is interested in getting involved and wants to become a member, how can they do that?
Yes, so we do have a website. It's under construction right now, but you can go ahead and just head over to our Instagram page or Facebook. It's just the Give One Foundation, Give One Foundation _. And basically what you can do is just reach out to us. You can DM us. You can email us. Let us know that you're interested. Usually our intake starts in August. That's where we kind of drop some information about that. And it's just a simple interview process to kind of feel like, where can we put you and where are you best at? Like, what do you like to do? Things like that. And then once we do that, we can get started working in the community.
Beautiful. So go visit the Instagram page, you guys, at the Give One Foundation with an _. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
Yes, if you guys want to become a member and take some interest in that. So next, I wanted to make sure I talked about this. So you guys, the Give One Foundation sells their own hoodies and T-shirts. So Amber, could you tell us what you guys have for sale and how listeners can purchase your merchandise?
Yes, so that's going to be one of our fundraisers coming up. So just stay tuned. If you just connect in with our Instagram, all of that promotion is going to be on there. We recently were selling our Make That Change T-shirts, which basically we're Give One, Make a Change is our tagline. So we try to like emphasize on, okay, I just bought a shirt, so I made that change. So we had those hoodies and shirts available. We do have a couple of shirts still available on the site right now, but the prices and the sizes are vary just because we kind of sold out very, very quickly. But we do have some more gear that's going to be up for this semester. It's going to be most likely in March when it'll be launching, and that'll kind of go through. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a T-shirt. And then any of the hoodies or anything like that, that's going to be closer to our fall fundraising time, and we'll have those out ready to kind of sell, and everything will be on the site too as well.
Yes, I can't wait. And then I believe, because I visited the site myself, 100% of the proceeds go to the foundation. Is that correct?
Yes, 100% proceeds goes to the foundation, and it goes to help any of our programs, help fund like anything that we have going on as far as like the Christmas experience, Process of a Princess, everything like that.
Yes, I am definitely going to get one. You guys, you said the T-shirts look towards March and everything else more towards the fall. I need the Make That Change hoodie. I need it. I'm going to get it. So whenever they have my size, I'm going to go ahead and purchase one.
Yes, just let me know what size you need. I might have your size because they run normal and true to size. So I have a couple of my sizes in the hoodie. So just text me and let me know your size, and then I can get one sent over for you, okay?
Oh, you guys, I'm excited. I'm going to get a hoodie. Okay. So, Amber, how can listeners donate to the Give One Foundation outside of buying your merchandise?
Okay, we have a lot of ways of donating. The easiest way for especially college kids is obviously Cash App. Our Cash App is just a money sign, and then it's Give One, and you spell it out. So just give and then one, and that's it. We also have a PayPal, which is PayPal/Give One, but all this information is also on our website as well. So they can be able to utilize that.
So you guys can... Yes, and then I think there is a link in your Instagram page as well. So check the Instagram page, check the website, so you guys can go ahead and get involved and donate to the Give One Foundation.
Yes, ma'am.
So, Amber, I asked all my guests this question. Why do you believe activism in this day and age is so important?
Oh, I definitely, it's more important right now than ever, especially with all of the like social media that we have going on now, and just you actually see everything and it's quickly seen. So I definitely think it's important to just be an activist, and I think it goes hand in hand with the whole mentoring thing as well. Like being a mentor, helping one another, showing others what others should be by just setting that example, because there's a lot of examples being set, and some of them are not so positive, and some of them are not really doing things that should be highlighted. So having those like positive women, men, whatever the case may be, just in your face, especially in your community, and you see them and it's so close, it's kind of like, okay, I can do it too, So I definitely think it's important with that.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And, everybody is struggling. Everybody's having a hard time. Will Smith says this. It's on one of his, inspirational videos. Everybody's struggling. Everybody's having a hard time. The least that we can do is reach out and give somebody a hand, help somebody influence their lives, and the lives of other people to come.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's small things. Small things.
It is the little things that can make such a big impact. I absolutely agree.
Yes, ma'am.
So one more time for me, Amber, can you shout out those social media pages and the website for our listeners?
Yes, ma'am. So the current website that's up right now is our big cartel. That is located in our bio. It's just simply the GiveOneFoundation.com. And then also, if you're willing to get on Instagram, it's going to be GiveOneFoundation_. And it's the same for our Facebook, which is also connected if you go through the Instagram page. But if you just get on Instagram, it's just Give One. And it's spelled all the way out. Any type of donations, Cash App, again, is that money sign. And it's Give One, all spelled out. So GIVEONE.
Perfect. Amber, I just want to thank you one more time. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I've been inspired by your work and by the foundation for a while now. So once I finally got this show up and running, you were one of the first people I knew that I wanted to interview and just give you the platform to let more people know about what you're doing, because it's truly inspiring and it's changing the lives of more people than you probably know. So thank you so much for your work.
Aww. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Thank you.
Yes, of course. Well, I'm going to be talking to you soon. I'm going to be reaching out for my hoodie, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Just remind me, and I'll get one sent over for you. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. All right. Bye, Amber.
Bye. Have a good one.
You too. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Activists of Today. I have been your host, Sarah Sulewski. I would like to give a special thanks to my boss, Ashley Little. You all may follow me on Facebook at Sarah Sulewski, on Instagram at Sarah_Sulewski. Thank you.